What's up, guys? Welcome to After the Dance right here on The Fumble. I'm your girl, Jackie Ray. Make sure you follow me on all things social media at JRayTheFanatic.
And it's your boy, Chris. You can find me everywhere at CK2K.
All right, shed your little tear.
I know.
It's officially over.
It's done.
And we've got nothing else to look forward to, so we're going to hang on to these moments as long as we can. But these final two episodes were great, as per usual.
Yes.
In episode 9, we got to see the MJ and Reggie Miller beef. We got to see Larry Bird now facing MJ as a coach.
Oh, man.
Which
great.
I thought was so nostalgic and cool. And it was especially that one
The
play where he had a straight face.
Yeah. Yo, that was hilarious. Yes.
So good. We also learned that when MJ was playing baseball, that Brian Russell from the Jazz told him that he could guard him.
I didn't know that story.
And I didn't either.
Yeah.
And then, then of course MJ was like, "Oh, can you now?" And then he gets the game winner over Brian Russell, just in true Jordan fashion. And we learned how Jordan really had another kind of father figure in Gus, his security guy, which I thought was cool. But I think for me, what stood out the most in this episode 9 was that Steve Kerr and Michael Jordan really had something that they could have bonded over, in the fact that both of their fathers were taken violently and they never even talked about it. And to know that Steve Kerr's dad had this passion kind of explains Steve Kerr to me, though, and his gentle spirit and his ability to understand bigger than himself. To know that his dad was like, yeah, I know the country's in a civil war, but I'm going to go over there anyway, because he was actually born there and he loved it there. But to know that his life was tragically taken, they shot him in the head. And so they could have talked about that and bonded over that. But he said neither of them ever talked about losing their fathers. What did you think when you heard about that?
I think the way Steve Kerr said it, I think makes the most sense. Like he said, like they didn't even think about talking about it. And I think he said that he thinks that's something that neither of them probably could have, handled to talk about. So they just never brought it up. And I completely understand it, because like you said, losing both of their fathers the way that they did, even though they're vastly different, they're still very it's tragic. Both of them are really tragic.
Yeah, and both of them took to basketball to kind of drown that pain. I love Steve Kerr's humility, though. He was like, I was never really that good at it. Like, I always kind of had to try extra hard. So
Paxton too, though. He said it too. He's like, when I came to this league, I knew that my role was to be a role player. And I love that. Like, they accepted it and they were good at it.
Yep, exactly. The other thing that I found interesting is my entire life, we have been talking about the time Michael Jordan played with the flu. It wasn't the flu. It was freaking food poisoning. How y'all let us just go around here thinking the wrong thing this whole time? But this is my real question. Nothing was open in Utah at 10:30. Y'all closed that city down that early. That's number one. Number two, it took 5 guys to deliver a pizza. So now I'm wondering, did they poison him on purpose in Utah?
Of course they did. Jackie, you should know too. It makes no sense for Michael Jordan to be ordering a pizza that damn late when you are not in Chicago.
Right.
You should be ready for anything, especially Utah, because there's always been that back and forth between Chicago and Utah. They talked about it a lot in these last 2 episodes. So, of course, I guarantee that it sound like Charles Barkley over here. They poisoned them. I'm gonna be honest though, I was one of those haters that I wasn't really completely in all the way on the flu game. I was one of those conspiracy theorists that was like, nah, man, he was hungover. He was hungover. And that stuff. I was all about that. But hearing this story, I think it aligns better than a flu. And I'm all for, I get it. I'm with it. We heard it from him and the trainer, the mom too. So
damn, and but still, one of my favorite things though is him, because he struggled, the first half of that game.
And the damn Jazz struggled to guard him. 38 points in 44 minutes, and this man had like nothing in his stomach, didn't eat anything all day. Like, that is crazy to me. Like,
do you know how mad I would be though if I tried to poison somebody and they beat me anyway?
I'm sick. I would become a Bulls fan that night. Like, there's nothing. Like, there's no point. There's no point. Like, I don't understand.
And then when he falls into Scottie Pippen's arms and Scottie just has to. It was still one of my favorite moments in this entire documentary. Yep. But yeah, so that we kind of zoomed through it, but you guys kind of get the gist, because it's the same reoccurring themes that Michael Jordan is a beast. When he wants to win, food poisoning won't even stop him.
The food poisoning. So now all y'all that got yourself some Jordan flu games, now you got to change those to the Jordan food poisoning.
Food poisoning, yep.
But yeah, episode 2 was the episode everybody, we knew it was coming. Or episode 2, episode 10, excuse me. It, like we were just talking about, it was wrapping up that 98 Last Dance where they won their 6th and final championship. But the best part, it was the Dennis Rodman story continued with it was his last dance
for real,
the whole series, because he had another moment where it was just one of those things where Dennis said, like, Dennis has to be Dennis, when he skipped out after a very good win in Game 3, and he was out there wrestling with Hulk Hogan. He was out there wrestling with Hulk Hogan.
It is Hulk Hogan, though.
Right. It is still Hulk Hogan. And the best part is he came back and he still played well in Game 4. Jackie, come on. There's nobody in today's game that is like, even NBA players saw this and they were tweeting like, there's no way this happened. Jackie, there's nobody in today's game that's doing that. Can you see anybody even trying?
Oh, God, no.
Right?
And the backlash would be crazy. No one would ever say, oh, it's just him being him. Everybody kind of was just like, well, fine him. But it's just Dennis being Dennis.
Right.
I can't get away with anything. I can't get away with jaywalking, and he's going out and just doing
this man practice. It didn't matter because they still played like Dennis Rodman. They ended up going and winning their 6th championship as expected. You saw them celebrating that. Everyone was excited. Everyone was on a high. But then came the moment that made everybody start scratching their heads. After starting this season, when you heard Jerry Krause talking about, I don't care if Phil wins 82 games, done after the season. Well, they flip-flopped a little bit when the owner, Jerry, called up Phil and told him, you know what, I know we said this, but we were looking to try this one more time, give us another year and see if we can get this going again. They played a whole excerpt as to why it couldn't work and all that crap that he talked about. MJ was not buying it. MJ could care less. MJ giving us another iPad meme because his face was unamused watching that. But just to the fact that as great of a player as Michael Jordan is, and him admitting that he's still upset and hurt that his career had to end when he was in his prime, and like he said himself, he believed he could have got that 7th championship. To know that as great as he was, we celebrated his greatness in this docu-series, and to know that there's something that's still bothering him to this day in that magnitude, of course, because everyone, we all as fans were like, man, I wish he kept going with the Bulls. The Wizards. But for him to say it, that one hit different. Do you think, though, that they would have been able to get through another season, though, with everything that they went through in that last dance, if they did come back together, if, like you said, the scenarios where everyone signed one more year, do you think that they all would have been able to survive another year to hopefully win that championship?
So I think Jordan's absolutely right. I think it's exactly like he said. Scottie would have taken the most convincing, but at the end of the day, if he would have had opportunity to play, he would have played. And I just don't care if they could have done it or not. The point is you give them the opportunity because they are out there doing the damn thing. You don't rob them of the opportunity because now they all have this question mark of, could we have done it again? And they'll never know the answer of that. So he should have, that whole thing of saying, hey, let's get you to come back. He should have said that after Jerry Krause said whatever. And then 100%. We would have an entirely different situation.
Because he stayed quiet. I understand that Krause is the GM and all that stuff, but you're the owner. You're hearing this. This is circling around the media and everything. It was talked about all throughout the beginning, half of that season. Like, you should have stepped in and said something then, not wait until after they won. Like, I agree. That was a little bit messy, but man, that hit different when Jordan was just like, yo, I wanted that one more season.
Yeah.
Complete. That was crazy, but
it's
over.
So let's see what social media is talking about one last time. Now, the way that the last episode ended was like, we decided to go into this rebuild phase. And what I saw on Twitter was consistent with this one because everyone said the same thing. Yes. The rebuild continues 22 years later. Hashtag the last dance.
I was going to tweet something out, but I felt like it would have been in bad taste. So I quickly deleted that tweet and I didn't send it out because I'm a Knicks fan. So I'm like, who am I to talk about rebuild? Ending and beginning. So
this one I thought is true too. So for you guys out there that are probably, trying to get into filmmaking of any way, I totally agree with this post. That's this post that says The Last Dance was a masterclass in storytelling, from the interviews to the different game action angles to the music and the use of sound. Though we knew the outcome, the tension created kept us all on the edge of our seats. Thank you, ESPN. Hashtag The Last Dance. I couldn't agree with that more. This was done so well. And then Alexis Morgan, she tweeted, I don't know why Jordan thought The Last Dance would make him look like a horrible guy. It made me love him even more.
We all said that too on the live. Like when that whole article came out before The Last Dance came out, to think that anybody was going to go in and think that he was going to be this nice guy, they obviously don't know who Jordan was. Like I saw nothing that I didn't.
I think it made us appreciate why he was the way he was. I think those of us who thought he was just a jerk for no reason, now we're like, oh no, that's not entirely true.
100%.
Yeah. DiGiorno tweeted, delivery pizza, go figure. Marketing, I love it, DiGiorno. Well played.
Oh, that is top tier. Yes, I love that. Oh,
and then this user tweeted, the food poisoning game don't hit like the flu game.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. It don't roll out the tongue the same way.
It doesn't. I love this entire docu-series.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of the docu-series. Jordan's still number 2 on the list, though.
Oh, you better stick to your guns. I appreciate that. I respect that. Yeah, no, look, you can have a conversation about who's the GOAT back and forth, but this the GOAT docu-series that I've seen today.
Yes, absolutely. All right, guys, so make sure you comment below. Make sure you subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and hit that notification bell so you know every time we post new content. Make sure you follow us on the live Monday through Friday. We won't be back next Sunday. I'm so sorry, but it's been great having you guys hang out with us. Make sure you follow me on all things social media at JRayTheFanatic. Chris?
And same, follow me everywhere at CK2K.
All right, we'll see you guys on Monday.
Peace.